Hey friends, welcome back to Netcode-Hub channel. I believe by now you have been able to deploy your web API onto your cloud server. And now it is working. But the issue is you can only access this locally. If you try to access this on your local machine, it doesn't work because your API is available on your cloud server only. How do we make it global so that you can access it from your local machine and even a different place? That is what you're going to have a look on this. This is going to be a quick one because we've done all the works in the previous video. So if you haven't watched the videos yet, then I highly recommend to you to watch it because in order for you to deploy your application to cloud, I think there are some few steps that you need to take, and I have covered them in these two videos. So I'll put the links also in the video description. You can check them out. Okay, now let's see. So this is what we did. Currently, we can open our app here. It's running locally. It's having an address of localhost 5000. That's the port. And we have our scalar, and then we have our endpoint. Great. Now with this, we can try this out on our local machine. So let's first see if this is going to work before we make it accessible globally. Now we grab the address here, and I'm going to open browser from. So this is coming from my local machine. That's my computer that I'm using. And I'm going to paste this link. So if I hit on the enter key, let's see. Yes, so you can see it is saying that this site cannot be reached. Yes, it can't. Now, in order for us to make this available, that is what we need to do. I can still put it here, but well, let me put it here so we can draw back anytime that we want. Okay, now in our previous video, when we check the inbound rules that we created, we said that from the advanced settings, checking for Windows Fire and Defend firewall. From this advanced settings, in the inbound rules, all rules or all protocols coming in, that is a port. We want to allow HTTP port. We already have our IP, that's our server or cloud IP address. So we can access this app through this IP address, but we must make sure the port is allowed. Now, in the previous video, we made a port of 80, but since I believe I told you earlier that I'm working on a project with my friend Joe, so the port 80 is already engaged. So we need to add upgrade it. So on this port, but maybe you can try with your 80. But with this, I'm going to write on the port of 8080. So properties, then protocols, then set the port to 8080. So add another 80 to this, making 8080. That is all that we need to do. Now, after we are done with this, we can now close this firewall. We can also close this one. And then default is running on the port of 5000. Let's stop this. So Control C, you're going to quit or shut this application down. Now, if you try to access this locally, it will not going to work because the app is shut down. Now, to make this work globally, let's have our local host. So I think I did that earlier on. So this is what I'm having here. .NET with the same presentation DLL file, but here we're going to add this -- URL. We are running locally on the HTTP port, so we're going to specify with an address here, and then the port that we have allowed in the inbound rules. Take note. So we have that is port 8080, and then let's run that. So let's wait, and now since migration has been performed already, when you check here, it is saying that no migration were applied. The database is already up to date because what we have is already there. So we did not do any different thing. we have the same thing over there. So that's okay. We don't actually focus on that. What we want to focus here, it is a listening address. So I have here, you can see now listen on this HTTP we have with our server address with a port that we specified. Let's grab this, only this one. Then let's open it locally and check this out. So on the server, I am opening this here, specifying my scalar and then my version 1. And now check this out. You can see I'm having it here, isn't it? So here, I can run this. Then I can send this. I could see I have the same thing over here. Now let's grab this, go to our local machine. From here, open new tab, and I'm going to paste this, and I'm going to have my scalar, and then I'm going to have my version 1. Now check this out. You can see that here the app has been accessed, right? So you can try this on your machine. Try to access my system now. As I speak, I'll leave it open so you can access it for maybe a day or two. So you can also test it out. Now from this, I can go to my endpoint, and I'll let you see whether we also connected to the database. Actually, in a local machine, it is. But well, let's verify from our external machine here. So I'm going to send this, and whoa, we got it. So we see we have the same thing. So in this way, you can able to upload or deploy your project on a cloud server, and now it is working, and everyone can access this API. Yes, and that is it. This is just a quick one, right? So we've seen how to make our API global so that everyone can have access to it. Now, in the next video, this I'm going to talk about. Now, we are done deploying our API, let's say our endpoint or our back end onto the cloud server. What of front end? Stay tuned because in the next video, I'm going to create a dummy project, maybe a default one. Then we're going to publish it and try to deploy that to you on the same server. So we can have our back end and our front end, right? And now when it comes to for communication, I believe you can handle that. Yes, I trust you can do it. All right, so that is it for this video. If you enjoyed this much, then give me a thumbs up by liking this video. If you haven't subscribed to, then make sure you do subscribe. And do not forget, click on the notification bell so you can receive updates as soon as I upload new content. All right, so I'm going to catch up again, so stay tuned.